Okay, West Germany's Red Army Fraktion, Rote Armee Fraktion, Japan's Red Army, and Italy's Brigata Rosso, Red Brigades, made common cause with the PLO, so Palestinian Liberation Organization. Terrorist Arafat, who was an Egyptian who posed as a Palestinian. He has no rights on the Palestinian land, so-called Palestinian land. Yeah? He was just an Egyptian born in Egypt. So it's all bullshit. It's East Germany and the KGB invented the whole Palestinian people and state just to pressurize a friend of the West in Israel. Israel, the only friend in the West in the Middle East. So the Russians and the communists, they all fucked everything up. So, and they're still busy with it. So they used their training camp and cooperated on operations like the siege of an OPEC summit meeting in Vienna in 1975, while also conducting their own kidnapping and killing operations against the fascist capitalism of their homelands. This was largely a European phenomenon, despite the pinprick attacks of the weatherman. You remember the weatherman was Bill Ayers, the mentor of Obama. It was a Muslim leftist collusion to undermine the West and to kill the free people of the West and submit them to communism and Islam, and that is still going on. That intertwined with each other. They still hate us, and they still scheming and trying to undermine the free West, the free people. They want to control us with Islam and commie, Nazi like ideology. They hate free people. So they broke away from the less extreme US anti-war movement to plant bombs in the Pentagon and elsewhere. One reason why Europe suffered far more terrorist attacks than the US was proximity to the Cold War. Sponsors of terror like the Czechoslovaks supplying Semtex plastic explosives for the IRA, so the IRA was also used as a vehicle by commies, and that's very ironic that Catholics colluded with the worst enemies of Christians, namely Muslims, to undermine the Western world, the Christian world. So the IRA was not Catholic. They hated the free world and Catholics, otherwise they would never have had these contacts. So it's everybody got a right. Maybe it's for national fighting for national cause, but the IRA was something else. It was a vehicle. It was just a front proxy for the Islamic invasion and the Islamic world dominance. That's why they use commies and leftists to infiltrate and fight the free people, and eventually the Islam can take over. That's what they are intending, and the rich oil money is pouring into these kind of groups like antifa, and they all hate free people. So the East German secret police, so in that time already they were already having these contacts and helping them to undermine us, and they're still busy, even though the East German police is gone, the Staatssicherheit, the Stasi, but they still have active communist people in their ranks, in the West German ranks. So they're giving logistical support, including false passports and sanctuary to German and Italian terror groups, and also the PLO and Abu Nidal and all those kind of shit guys. Through the police intelligence work, the ending of the Soviet bloc support with the end of the Cold War, most of these post-1968 terrorist groups have been defeated or marginalized. The two that survived, the PLO and the IRA, were sustained by the degree of popular legitimacy that stemmed from their origin as national liberation movements. The two campaigns waged against them illustrate the true extremes of counter-terror strategy. So the left loves the so-called nationalists of the Palestinians, but they hate the West that wants to have their own country and keep their own country, and the Palestinians are completely made up people. They were just Egyptians on the one side and Jordanians on the other side. So the Palestine is actually Transjordan, where the Jordan king lives, and he took over the real Palestine, where the Palestinian people should live, and that is Jordan. Jordan is just Palestine. So that's the real Palestine, not Israel. Israel is the Jewish part for the Jews. Well, there you have it. That's Angela Merkel. That's the Prime Minister of Germany now. But in a past, she was FDJ, Freie Demokratische Jugend. Freies Demokratische Deutsche Jugend. It's kind of a East German variation of the Nazi Jugend. And this is the lady, this woman, is actually just a big final fuck off from Erich Honecker to the West, to the commies. She's a brainwashed commie from East Germany, from her youth to her days that she became Prime Minister. She managed to keep her real intentions hidden till about a few years ago. You get the Islamic invasion of Western nations in Europe, and that is where she showed her true face, and that is where the collusion of leftists and the seed of the collusion with leftists and Islam was laid in the East German Secret Service to undermine the West and take it over. And these stupid commies think they can just take it over from the Islam, and they help Islam, but Islam will kill them before they ever lay hands on the power. Meanwhile, they helped Islam destroy the whole Western world. So, remember this, Angela Merkel was a Stasi operative called Erika IM, informelles Mitarbeiter, Erika, informelles Mitarbeiter, Erika IM, that was her code name. So that is Angela Merkel. She is the one that is destroying Europe. Yeah? She wants to declare war on Poland and on Hungary because they don't want the Islamic invasion of their countries. She's a fucking idiot. Just like Hitler, she's a socialist. So you must always watch out for German socialists with megalomaniac ideas. They are the most dangerous people on earth, and I think they're all Islamic. I think even I believe she was even she would have become a Muslim probably, like Hitler. I think Hitler was also a Muslim when he was in Turkey. He became a Muslim and he loved the sight of Christians being killed, the Armenians. He used that as a blueprint for the to destroy the Jews and the ideal of Allah. So Allah will rule the world when all the Jews and all the non-Muslims like atheists or Hindus or Buddhists are all destroyed. Then Allah can rule the world, and these people are into it, I'm telling you.